The voting process is far from transparent. Voting tends to be along ethnic and religious lines, and the vastness of Nigeria makes the running of any election a logistical nightmare. It's a story that has West Africa on the edge, how gunmen on motorbikes swooped in on a family of 7 at a Cameroonian tourist spot. The WHO estimates the number of people infected by Ebola could hit 21,000 by early November. There's tight security across the country with more than 5,000 troops on standby. But as Ghanaians queue to vote, there's no signs of trouble, just a lot of excitement and waiting. Officials have banned these bikes, popularly known as Okada, from 475 major routes and highways in Lagos State. The government is blaming them for various traffic accidents all over the state. Adequate infrastructure includes water, electricity, and basic services like trash removal. Judging from the levels here, it doesn't appear to be priority for governments. Now, the World Bank's $200 million would have gone a long way to cleaning this place up. Troubled South African politician Julius Malema is here at the Synagogue Church in Nigeria, meeting with popular prophet TB Joshua. Now, Malema, the founder of the Economic Freedom Fighters Party and a former ANC youth leader, is following in the path of other beleaguered politicians. The Temple of Pythons is one of the famous stops here in Ouidah. The snakes have been here since 1863, and sometimes they cross the street to the Catholic Church, and the priest has to bring them back. Google says the Voice app is like having a futuristic personal assistant on call 24/7. Now, some may find this technology intrusive, but Google's dream home will soon be reality. Behind these doors, Nigerian doctors have put in long hours carrying out autopsies on exactly 116 bodies. Now, that grueling task has been further compounded by the fact that they had to first embalm the victims' bodies. Many look forward to getting holiday hampers, but with the naira steadily falling, those who would normally come here to get dozens of baskets, well, they're not showing up. The Gbagi or the Gwari are an ethnic group indigenous to Abuja. Made up of mostly peasant farmers, their troubles began in 1976 when the military government created a no-man's land in the center of Nigeria. If the walls of this cabin could talk, they would tell tales of journeys once fit for a queen. Elizabeth II traveled by train to Zaria on her 1956 tour of Nigeria. This is the highlight of the Easter holiday for thousands of children in Lagos. They've been preparing for this carnival for months, and now it's showtime. According to Wines of SA, the volume of wine exported to Nigeria show an annual growth rate of 24%. Businesses like this are worried the excitement and fanfare surrounding the spirit of Valentine's will not be around next year. And that's because the country's focus will be on delivering ballots and not flowers. It's a small town, but Achebe propelled Ogidi to global prominence. And so it is only fitting that its people are doing all they can to welcome his body home, as leaders and artists from across the world also prepare to pay their last respects. Adaure, achumba, Ogidi, Nigeria. It is the first of a series of toll gates going up along this 40-kilometer stretch of road, all located in one municipality or local government. Now, the project is a private partnership with the city of Lagos, and tolling is scheduled to start on Sunday. It's one of the few times a high-powered delegation is coming to the grassroots level. They're here to explain why Nigeria is removing its fuel subsidy and what exactly it's planning to do with the money. Officials were unavailable for an interview, but according to this press release, they're concerned Lagosians are going back to their bad habits of indiscriminately erecting billboards, littering and trampling on beautified sites, and recklessness by commercial motorbikers. Abuses they say are implicitly setting the state backwards. Well, U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is hoping to open up Africa, or rather open up American businesses to Africa on her tour. She's going to be talking to African leaders about embracing America and American business interests as an alternative to the Chinese competition that is currently on the continent. As you recall, China is vastly operating on the continent. The Bring Back Our Girls movement was born out of the frustration of Nigerian citizens who have protested and insist that the government and security forces bring back the girls to their loved ones and families.
Mr. President said they said the Chibok girls are alive. He should bring them for us. That's what I said. He should bring them for us. My daughter is...
Today, there are going to be rallies. Many of the participants are going to be clad in red. They're going to be meeting at different parks in the city of Lagos, across Nigeria, and across the world. And they're going to be letting their voices heard, sending a very strong message to the government and to the military that they need to end this saga. The military again making yet another surprising discovery. Another group of women, not even the ones that they were expecting to find when they started this offensive on the Sambisa forest. A group of 160 people, 100 of them children, 60 of them women, and we've seen pictures of them, many of them emaciated, looking very distressed, very, very moving pictures that we've seen, and right now the military says that they are being processed and debriefed and also going through medical checks to make sure they didn't pick up any diseases while they were there in the forest. Sambisa Forest is believed to be the stronghold, the last stronghold of Boko Haram. It is also known as a location where they took that group of students that they kidnapped in 2014, in April 2014, the Chibok girls. And that's really who the military was going and hoping to find in Sambisa Forest. That group apparently was the group that was kidnapped in around December 17 from the Gumsuri village. They reported about 185 women and children kidnapped and about 35 villagers killed. Now this new group of 160, they haven't been identified, but really they were found in about 13 camps in Sambisa Forest, just about going in about 50 kilometers into Sambisa Forest, which is a very large game reserve. They still have more ground to cover, and they feel that having seen what they've seen, that they expect to find more camps and probably more hostages. That's something that many analysts are asking and trying to figure out why the gubernatorial elections, even though it's the more important of the two election cycles because of the influence that these governors wield, why is it that people still don't turn out throughout the day, across the country? That has been the narrative for this election, the low turnout. The first results will come out of this polling unit at the end of the exercise at 5 p.m. local, depending on when the last voter is able to cast their ballot. And then it is taken on to a collation center on the local ward level and then on to the state level. So we will be seeing results coming out as early as this evening.
First, let's start off with those bombs earlier on. What more can you tell us?
We're told that that incident happened in Gombe. We're also told that there may be 2 casualties in that incident. They will make their way back to these boxes and cast their ballot. This is where more than 56 million Nigerians who are eligible to participate in this election. This is where they'll be making their decision as to who is going to lead the country for the next 4 years. Are they going to go with the current president, Goodluck Jonathan, or are they going to say that they want new leadership? Again, this line is really long, as you can see, about a block down, and then you have the other one further down. They're ready and waiting. Pesticides or herbicides being used in that community. They haven't really specified which product or what specifically it is, but they suspect that whatever it is may have been ingested by a group of mostly men, about 28 of them now being confirmed dead by local news reports, that they may have ingested something that had been that came into contact with whatever substance it is that is causing the illnesses that's leading to their eventual death. If you tried to travel through this airport earlier today, you wouldn't have been able to walk through this area the way I am doing right now, and these guys would have been able to go through this airport, and that's because there were thousands of people here waiting for the Super Eagles to arrive, and when the Super Eagles walked through that door, it was all cheers for them. The celebration is for the entire team. Yes, there were players that stood out. For instance, Sunday Mba, who scored that 1 goal against Burkina Faso. He saved the day, brought home the trophy, but he didn't do it by by himself. He had all his other teammates who were there. Victor Moses scoring in prior games as well. But the man of the moment really is the coach, Stephen Keshi. Now, he spent his time as coach trying to build up the local players who really in the past had not been given too much opportunity to make the national team. After anxious anticipation, Africa's first global black entertainment channel finally goes live, and it promises to tell Africa's story like never before.
Welcome to Nigeria. We are going to change up from what you're wearing now.
This is just one of the shows lined up on Ebony Live TV.
Grandmothers, our great-grandmothers experienced it years back. Africa.
The channel will screen movies and African entertainment and lifestyle programs which highlight music, fashion, and design. It's the brainchild of popular Nigerian talk show host and businesswoman Mo Abudu. She's the first woman in Africa to own a cable TV station.
This isn't usually the story told about Africans, and we have decided that we want to be on that journey where we tell the African story in a very cosmopolitan, a very Afropolitan way, and that's what we're pretty much doing.
For 91 days, viewers all across Africa have been glued to their TV sets. The reason? Intrigue, entertainment, and high drama. But most of all, to find out tonight who will walk away with $200,000 in prize money on Big Brother Revolution.
Welcome, Africa. This is the finale of Big Brother Revolution. Okay.
2 hours of pulsating excitement ends with Kevin, one of the housemates from Nigeria, emerging winner of Big Brother Revolution. Now it's time to partay as we join everyone inside one of the hottest clubs in Africa, Latinova. How do we classify an artist like Rum Isiche? A young artist? If so, by what means? Age is often touted as the reason, but in Rum's own case, it is a combination of age and style that is visible in his works. Hi Rum, thanks for having us in your home. Let's get to know more about you.
I worked in an advertising agency for about 7 years, and about 12 years ago I left the agency to paint full-time. Nobody in my house objected to what I chose to be from day one. They knew, they saw from day one, right from nursery school.
All right, I just got done putting my signature on my masterpiece. Now we're gonna go check out Traces of Being at Terra Culture.
Thank you.
Rom has brought to life J.P. Clark's poem Ibadan in a new body of works rendered in rusty corrugated iron sheets.
3,552, 3,553. The thing about Rum's work that I appreciate is the fact that it's able to invoke a spirit of debate, like trying to figure out if this is a frog or a kid with candy. And how about those bottle caps? Does he really have 8,000 of them in there? I'm gonna keep counting, just to make sure they're all in there. And if it's not, I'll make a few buck. 3,550. In the very murky world of Nigerian politics, it's very difficult to confidently predict who will emerge victorious. Adaure Achumba, Lagos. Adaure Achumba, Kano.